messages, Mason. What do they mean? I'll tell you what they mean. A new freaking island is coming to GTA Online. It has been an eventful last couple of hours. Earlier this morning, when the new event week took over and the new tunables went into play, people started noticing dead bodies showing up on the shores of Los Santos. Here are a couple of pictures of those bodies around the map. It's this freaking naked guy basically with a briefcase. And I believe this spawns in certain time periods, like in real life time, and it shows up mainly along the shore of the beach, like the Vespucci beach and even the airport beach, although I have seen some spots on the right hand side of the map, but pretty much all of these locations have been down south. I don't think I've seen too many up north. And of course, starting off the day with that, we're like, what the hell does a dead body have to do? How is this a teaser? Last week we got the casino construction. This week we're getting a dead body with a briefcase. What does this all mean? Rockstar said, don't even worry about it. We got you guys. And then like a couple of hours later, they released that teaser trailer. Of course, we're breaking it down. There's a new event week, like I mentioned. I'll touch on that towards the end. There's nothing really important in it apart from the fact that apparently as a community, we hit $1 trillion for the Heist challenge when all we needed was 100 billion or whatever it was. Anyway, so that teaser trailer, let's break this down because we can actually see the new island. It looks like it's a tropical island, but nonetheless, this is freaking exciting. So the first thing we see when this trailer, this teaser pops up, it says El Rubio Dossier. Apparently, El Rubio roughly translates into like the blonde. There has been a number of speculations over the last couple of freaking hours. The blonde being maybe it's Duggan. I mean, kinda he had blonde hair, I think. Like the head, the old guy. Even though it says L, which indicates it's a male or masculine word. Agatha Baker has blonde hair, and the casino had the construction, so maybe it's tied in with that some way. I don't really know exactly. We'll have to wait and see more on what El Rubio means. But after that initializes, then we get the look, our first ever look at the new island. Look at it. It's so beautiful. I think that watchtower is actually the one we have in Sandy Shores. The Sandy Shores airfield looks very similar to it, but as you can see in the background, it is kind of hard to tell given that this is like security cam footage, but there's a lot of trees. So this is definitely a more tropical island or like Caribbean island. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays into the geographical location, because there's not really any tropical or Caribbean islands off the coast of Los Angeles in real life. Like this is almost something you would think would be off the coast of Vice City, which, hey, maybe this is a tease. GTA 6. Hey, that's a long shot, but maybe. Anyway, another thing we can see in this picture is the mini map or the actual map. That middle picture on the right, I'll zoom in. It's gonna be very, very low resolution. I think there's a better resolution here in a minute, but that is the picture. That's amazing. We'll come back and compare this to the actual island of Los Santos to see how big it is, but just keep that in your mind. The next slide is a picture of that same watchtower just from a different angle. This one is looking into the ocean, and at least from this camera angle, we can't see the island of Los Santos. So I guess we still don't know if this is going to be an island that we can just fly to or ride a boat to, or if it's going to be something that you have to go through a loading screen to. Either way, continuing, this is probably the coolest shot of them all. The actual compound, the actual villa. One of those speculation theories that we thought of was that we're going to be heisting the Duggan, family at their ranch. This would fit that. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I don't really know how realistic Rockstar could make that given all the events that happened in the casino DLC, but if it is, that looks like a pretty dope compound to be heisting. And showing off more of the land, I'm guessing this is around the compound. It's more of a farming area. So as far as like a town-based island is concerned, I don't really know if we're going to be getting that. I don't know if this island is going to have like a lot of properties, for instance, or any business locations. I think this island, from what we've seen, kind of just looks like it will be used mainly in this new heist. And here's just another picture, another angle of those farms. I'm sure it'll be very awesome to be heisting through this, though. Maybe even at nighttime, you get some night vision on. It could be really cool. Continuing into the trailer, then we see that body I mentioned that showed up on the shores of the beaches, and it does say their name is John Doe, and underneath it says last visual contact was Los Santos International Airport. Known affiliations with El Rubio. So we see that El Rubio name yet again. And then unfortunately, that's where the trailer ends. That's where the little teaser does end. Now in that last bit of the teaser, it is interesting how they just reiterate the international airport. That's another thing I'm sort of thinking, maybe this isn't meant to be right off the coast. Maybe this is something you have to get into a plane and then like go through a little loading screen. Not a loading screen to take you out of the lobby, but something like walking into your garage or your apartment, that sort of loading screen, just where it shows an animation of you flying and then you show up to the island. Someone actually color corrected the pictures too, so it's not just green, and this gives us a better look at maybe more realistically what this would look like, although I'm sure the plants won't be red like they are. But here we have the compound. And just to reiterate, that's a pretty massive compound. Going off of the casino heist, I'm sure there's going to be multiple entrances to break into this compound. Hopefully there's like an underground tunnel. That could be cool. It looks like maybe this compound is on a cliff. So potentially we, have to rock climb in the middle of the night. One thing that could be interesting, I'm just throwing this out here, if this is like the Duggan's compound, or just if it's anyone's compound, maybe after the heist, we get to like buy the compound or use the compound, and everyone's been wanting mansions. Maybe this is like the mansion we get. And it would work potentially similar to the casino, where basically everyone owns it and you just walk in. I don't know, just an interesting thought I had regarding this on a new island. And then here we have another little color corrected picture of the farming area. There are a lot of dirt roads, it seems, in these few screenshots. So that's another reason I'm saying that this island's not going to be heavily like city related. It is going to be more tropical. And then the last thing I wanted to go back to is the map. Here it is blown up. Again, very bad resolution. I would imagine that top right is going to be the airstrip. That's how we enter this island. That's how we get into the island. And it is a straight line, or what looks to be a straight line. So it would make sense. And then I'm guessing like that compound we saw is probably in the middle of this island along one of those coastlines somewhere. You can also faintly make out some of the roads, and the one thing, it just doesn't look like it has a bunch of roads. So as far as how big this island goes and how big this island will be, it potentially might not be the biggest. Here's almost a mock view at what the map could look like on our mini map and even in the actual map. Like I mentioned, it is looking like this is probably just more for the heist than like other stuff, like other business related stuff, which isn't bad. It's just something to make note of. Now, that's going to pretty much do it for this video. I don't want this to be too long of a video. We'll dive deeper into this maybe a little bit tomorrow. And I mentioned I'll compare it to the actual island of Los Santos, and I'll do that in tomorrow's video. The only other thing I want to mention before I end this video is I'll show this picture. These are the times that apparently the bodies spawn on the coast. So if you were wondering, if you're trying to see these bodies and their little briefcases, then show up to these locations at these times and you should see a body appear. Actually, yeah, the only other thing I wanted to mention was about that heist challenge. So you can see here, it does say in their newswire, we hit over $1 trillion. So everyone give yourself a pat on the back because we demolished their little challenge. And we get that free vehicle, which we still don't know what it's going to be, but I am going to assume it's going to be one of the new vehicles in the next update. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more GTA content. This is exciting. We have a new island on the way, and I will be coming out with even more awesome content on this new island over the next couple of days. So stay tuned for that. But thank you guys, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.